So our video assignment is on supporting gender identity students, and our target audience is for teachers.
Who are teaching sort of levels year 9 and 10. That's when the students are 16 and of the legal age to get hormone treatment at that time. So a common misconception is that gender is absolute. There's male, female, trans, and intersex. That's pretty much what we've been taught to think. But it's actually a continuum. So you've got your sex here, male and female, that's your biological markers. Then you've got your gender identity, whether you're a man, boy, or a woman or a girl. And you can sort of come in between that. You can be transgender, or genderqueer, or just a feminine boy or a masculine girl. It doesn't always mean you're trans or intersex. These things are a spectrum and they're unique to each person. So it's important that we remember that everyone on this spectrum is an individual and it's not a one-size-fits-all model for teachers.
Based on that spectrum, we've got a quick question here. So which one of these sentences is the most accurate? So we'll give you 15 seconds to answer that. And the answer is gender is a spectrum and is separate from sex, meaning the biological markers may exist, but people can identify as a number of genders.
So for your students, because it's 2022, you're gonna be dealing with transgender or intersex students or students with different gender identities. So we try to break it down to 4 steps for you. First one, talk. Second, educate. Third, act. And 4th is stay calm. So stay calm, don't overwhelm the student. You don't want it to be an uncomfortable environment for you, the student, or the other students.
It's the most important thing ultimately is talking to the individual student, because each student will have different views on it and will have different ways they want to go about it. So it's really important to build that relationship and trust with your student.
So for our assignment, we've spoken to some transgender people that we know, and we've got a sort of basis of what they think, but you've got to know your individual. Some people may want nothing done. They may want just everything to go on as normal, but others may want, I want to address the class. I want to get up and talk about it. I want to be open with it. So it's just important you can fill those needs.
And making changes from the outset is really important. So pronouns in the name is something that we have to consider, and showing respect to these pronouns. And it's also important to remember that, not to freak out, because we're all just learning this at the end of the day. So that is why it's so important to talk to the individual student. And everyone's going to make mistakes, so it's okay. Simply apologising discreetly to your student is normally the best way, and the worst thing you can do is freak out and make a big deal about it, which will just make everyone else involved uncomfortable.
Your student's a person, they'll understand, I'm sure, but you've just got to, again, fill that needs basis. Keep an open channel. So it's all well and good you start once they've transitioned, or once they've started transitioning, to go, what do you need from me, what do you need from us, we're going to educate the class on this. But you've got to keep that open channel going, because their needs will change as they transition. They're probably learning about themselves as much as you are learning about them. So things will change over time. And again, they are an individual. If you take one thing from this, that they're individuals, treat them like individuals.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, exactly. Your student's still a person, and other students will have questions, so it's important to educate them. So that would make it better for everyone involved. And the best thing to do is to treat them like everyone else and to treat everyone the same.
And as well with your other students, be mindful of their questions and open. They don't mean to offend, I'm sure, a lot of the time. They probably have as many questions as the gender identity student has about themselves. And it's good that we build that connection rather than people being nervous of each other.